Alright, so I made a thing with Patcher. It's inspired by a plugin called IHNY-2 by Baby Audio, a plugin which I do not have, and I don't think this competes with it, really, in quality, because I'm basically just made a patch that tries to recreate it as best as possible with stock FL Studio plugins. So if you would rather use that and pay for the plugin, I think that is reasonable. It has an XY matrix that makes it much easier to use. But I called this thing the drum loop fucker because I basically put in a parallel compression chain and then I linked it with a frequency splitter for the output. At the time being, the frequency splitter doesn't do anything. But I have it set up so you can play this drum loop. So here's the dry signal. And it's linked to a compressor with a threshold and makeup gain. It's based on the same sort of thing. You overly compress something, and then you can mix the dry signal with the wet signal and get some interesting results out of it. Which is what the Baby Audio plugin does. But I did it in a way here that is I basically just tried to recreate it in the same sort of idea, but all of this is on an XY matrix with a makeup gain knob at the bottom. But apart from that, it has auto gain, and the compressor is, I think, of better quality than the FL Studio stock one, but you can still get some interesting results from doing that. And I think that is a way of like bringing out the excitement of slamming a compressor without destroying your signal altogether. And I think this might also be useful for dubstep sounds, probably. The thing that's different about my little preset thing that I made is I put in this frequency splitter, which to use, you either have to use it on insert 1 and sidechain, and then set up a sidechain. So if I bring this over to I move this over to be on insert 1. If I bring this over to the beginning and reset selected tracks routing, and then I set the sidechain to the next 3 inserts, and reload this guy, and take a look at the map, it will be either you loaded it onto insert 1, it'll be pre-routed this way. So reload it on insert 1, and it'll work this way, where you can, instead of having it come out in the main section, you can split it into bands with the frequency splitter. You can obviously go inside and mess with it, right? But I've turned this off, so. And this could be used for like side chaining. Like for some reason, if I wanted to sidechain the kick to the hi-hats, I could do that by just, yeah, I could do it that way. But that could be used for interesting things. I think there's a lot of possibilities you can achieve using this thing. And if you don't want to load it on insert 1, you'll have to go in and manually reactivate the outputs. And then I suggest you do send 1 is the low, send 2 is mid, and send 3 is high. So reset. So when you like set the outputs in here, you just have to sidechain and the outputs will show up in this drop down menu, and then you just do it one at a time. Say I'll just load it up over here. I'll just load it up on another channel to show you. Presets and drum loop fucker. So if I go in here, see these outputs are gone now. And it'll just go to a 3, so you just disconnect and redo it that way. Say I want to have the output go to insert 6. I want like the low end to go to 6, and then have everything else be that way. I just do it that way. But I think there's some interesting stuff you can do with this. I haven't tried it on anything. I just sort of put it together because I wanted to see if I could make this. If you find it, there's going to be a link in the description if you want to use it. If you don't want to use it, I get it. But I think it's going to be cool. At least for some like breakbeat stuff. I think it has an interesting sound, and it could be applied in interesting ways. But if you got that plugin, I mean, I don't see why you would just use that. Why you wouldn't just use that? But thanks for watching, anyways. And I hope you think this is cool, because I think it's cool. It's not really that crazy of a thing, but I thought it might be interesting to look at. And yeah, bye bye.